you've done, Dalton trustees, Jaguar Wright, Jay Morrison, all of y'all, everything you've done has come across my desk just as easy. I sit here and look pretty and read the news. So then he went to Verdun for 7 months. 7 months. This man's track record sucks. In 2022, after months outside of law enforcement, the Auburn Police Department hired him. I'm trying to figure out, is he still at Pawnee this whole time? So he went there full time. So I'm guessing then he left Pawnee and then he left Verdun. Okay. He did a transition course, but only stayed at Auburn for 2 months. So apparently he was at Pawnee for like 9 months or maybe 18 months. He was at Kincaid for like a month or 2. He was at Verdun for like 3 months. What the fuck? And let me continue. In 2022, after 7 months outside of law enforcement, the Auburn Police Department hired Grayson for a full-time slot. He did the transition course, but only stayed at Auburn for 2 months. So now he's got 11 months worth of training. I had to go to college for 4 years. Well, I'm sorry, 6 years. 6 years. 6 years of undergraduate and graduate education just to sit before you today. ILETSB records show Grayson resigned. Now, Grayson then went to work at Logan County Sheriff's Department, but resigned could simply be he didn't come back to work for 3 days. That's a no call, no show. That's a voluntary termination, and that is marked in your employee record as a resignation. So it didn't mean, he could have been under warning for something and decided, you know what, I'm not going to come to work for 3 days. They'll no call, no show me. He understood the federal law. For all we knew, he took a leave of absence and gave himself a few days to look for another job. Who knows? We'll see. So then Grayson went to work at the Logan County Sheriff's Department beginning in May 2022. He stayed there for 11 months before taking a job at the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department in 2023. So when he went to Sangamon, he had only been a police officer at that time for 3 years, maybe, but not even like a solid 3 years, because in that time, he's bounced around to 5 other police departments in 3 years. How many of us would be allowed to do that in our career? Capital News, Illinois requested personnel records from the Logan County Sheriff Department and the Auburn and Kincaid Police Departments, but none had been provided as of Tuesday. Although driving under the influence is not a disqualifying misdemeanor under ILETSB rules, Macoupin County court records showed that Grayson was also charged in 2015 and 2016. That's what Trina Downs was telling us. A 2015 report by the Verdun Police Department showed that he had a firearm and marijuana in the vehicle at the time of his DUI arrest. I cannot. So at that point, he should have been either not allowed to smoke weed no more in Illinois, and or not allowed to carry a firearm. There was a DUI. He was driving drunk with fucking guns and reefer in the car. It's fucking nuts what white people are able to get away with. In 2015, he pleaded guilty, was fined a little less than $800, and placed on 7 days of court supervision. 7. His firearm was returned in 2017. Okay, I thought so. I knew they was going to do something like that. According to the court record, his firearm was returned in 2017. Now in 2016, I'm sorry, I'm missing something. Verdun hired Grayson as a part-time police officer 6 years after the arrest. Wow. In 2016, 2 months after I'm so grateful to ABC7. I released an amazing special blessing on you because we didn't have to wait for no fake activists to find this information and then try to raise money by it. We have a real bona fide news media company doing this investigative research and bringing it to us because they know time is up for this bullshit. I tried to tell you. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. What used to be can no longer be. We are in a time and an age where things have just changed. And things that used to be okay are no longer okay. 10 years ago, they would have been doing all this to try to criminalize Miss Massey and her family, right? But now, because some work has been done, we have a major media corporation going and reporting on this police-involved shooting, and I'm grateful. They've included so much information in this article, it's not even fucking funny. Thank you, Trina. His daddy died in 2024. I'm sure he's using that as an excuse. But both my mom and daddy dead, and I ain't got a DUI yet. Now, in 2016, 2 months after he pleaded guilty on the first charge, Grayson was stopped by Macoupin County Sheriff's deputy and refused a breathalyzer. During the arrest, he told the deputy to hurry up because he had to pee. He threatened to pee in the trash can or in his pants, which I'm sure they wouldn't have gave a fuck, according to the report. At one point, now if he had peed in the trash can, then they would have made him a sex offender. Because I have a family member who is now a sex offender. Probably should be anyway, to be honest. But the nail in the coffin was this nigga peed on the side of his apartment building, and now he's a registered sex offender. He threatened to urinate in the trash can or in his pants, according to the report. At one point, he told the arresting officer that he was too small to make him mad. He's an asshole, according to the police report. Thank you, ABC7. Grayson again pleaded guilty in 2017. He is a criminal. Because isn't it a crime to drive under the influence? Okay, just checking. He's a criminal who became a police officer. His license was revoked for more than 2 years before being reinstated again in 2019. Less than a year before he first joined the Pawnee Police Department. Massey shooting has gained national attention, garnering comments from President Joe Biden and Vice